comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Second down here after the incomplete pass. They'll look to throw. The left side throw complete to Adams. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
It is hard in zone coverage to stop a curl route because when they see it, they just try and find the open spot and sit down.
Yeah, we always talk about finding the soft spot in the zone. What's the key to doing that? How do you do it?
You have to read what the coverage is. Is it 2 deep? Is it 3 deep? Because then you know where the linebackers are going to drop, what spots on the field they naturally get to, and you find that open space, and then you're in sync with your quarterback. He should be reading the exact same thing, and they put the ball right on you. And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that...
Now Rodgers not pleased with the setup. He's going to take a timeout. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Fresh set of downs here. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. Back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete.
Sometimes it looks pretty simple, batting the ball away, but oftentimes there's some pretty good teaching and practice that goes into it. Being able to get to the receiver, not interfere, and get his hands through the football and knock it away.
So the incomplete pass brings up second down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete here.
I had a coach tell me a long time ago that running a screen pass is similar to acting 101 for your offense because you've got to show something different and create extra space for linemen to chase the quarterback in order to create extra room for the receiver to catch the football and maneuver upfield. In this case, they'll give a lot of credit to the defense. They communicated well. You could hear them talking to each other on the field, and they reacted and knocked it away.
He's back to throw. Over the middle, it's Jared Cook. A gain of 13 and also a first down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. It's a 5-receiver set. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. He'll look to throw. This is Montgomery with a grab over the middle. 12 yards there as they move the chains. And quickly they get to the line. Back to throw, Rodgers. He's got his man on the crossing route. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. When we see another great performance like this out of Aaron Rodgers, you have to chuckle thinking that his only FBS offer was a walk-on at Illinois.
And now he's the pride of Butte Junior College. Of course it...
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. That'll be their 3rd and final stoppage here as we step aside. Long drive. The defense just cannot seem to catch a break and get off the field. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now it's Rodgers, and he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet, but you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
Yeah, it's such a close game, a very big one. 3rd down and 5. To throw is Rodgers. And Adams has it complete. And he will get this into the end zone. Touchdown, Green Bay. Davante Adams with time running out. And the Packers are within an extra point of tying this thing up. And now a critical extra point attempt here. And we may very well be headed to overtime. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this fourth quarter. This is fielded a couple yards deep. They'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Now the Falcons offense, they get ready to head back out here. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range. Not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that. And he's brought down. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks. Now, whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. It'll be their third and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And a new set of downs here after picking up the first on the ground. They come out here in the eye. Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. They give him 13 yards there on the play and a fresh set of downs. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
Nothing between these two teams for 4 quarters. Here we go to begin overtime. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And last year that would have been a net gain of 5 on the return. This year he stopped where he would have been if he had taken a knee, and that's at the 25. And Green Bay getting ready to go as they take the field. They control their own destiny here. They have the football in overtime. Obviously a touchdown would win it.
And I think teams around the league are still adjusting to the idea of going downfield, scoring a touchdown wins the game, because they were used to just going downfield and trying to get in field goal range to win a game. Still having to make that transition. Let's face it now, the ones who are doing it best know they need to go down, attack, put the ball in the end zone, and not leave it up to a field goal and give the other team a chance.
Yeah, as we said, they control their own destiny now. To throw. Now look out, Rodgers lost the football, but it looked like a Packer. Yeah, a Packer was able to get this back, and they'll indeed keep possession. So the offense avoids disaster, keeps possession. Now it's second down. They come up in an empty set. 4 wide receivers, 1 tight end. First throw of overtime for Rodgers. Derek Shelby in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Oh, boy, he got a favorable spot there. The guys on the sidelines were raising their hands over their head and clasping their hands to signal safety. But the official marked it just outside the end zone at the 1-yard line.
Now a first throw here in overtime. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete. Here's Tim Mastay now. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. That'll be put in the books as a 53-yard punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. And the Falcons now making their way back out onto the field. Their defense did its job, got the stop. All they need is 3, and this is over.
Couldn't have done much else other than score themselves and end it. But they turned it back over to them, and now all they need is a field goal to win the game. An excellent job by the defense. Can the offense finish things off?
Part 1 is done, now part 2. And the drive starts with a handoff to Coleman. A gain of 3, second down. So the offense now dealing with a 2nd and 7. They come out here in the eye. They stay on the ground. Again, it's Coleman. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave them with a 3rd and about 5. 5 yards to gain here on 3rd down. Slot man moves right. Play clock winding down. Now what can Ryan do here in overtime? And incomplete. The contact made the ball roam free and brings up 4th down. Okay, so interesting here. A field goal would win this thing, but the kicking team on the sideline, and they're going for it on 4th down. And the play clock's running down. They'll try and throw for it with Ryan. And he's going to drop this off to his fullback. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And they're able to pick up the conversion here on 4th down.
Well, let's begin by trying to get into the mind of the head coach. He's telling us he wants to win the game right now. That's why they went for it and got it on 4th down.
This is Coleman. And he'll be brought down just outside of the 30. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
They'll need to get the play off quickly. Now with the play clock down to 2, we're going to get a timeout here. They'll be left with just 1 remaining here at OT. They will run again with Coleman. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime.
Well, let the natural light of today reflect that he is now getting into the end zone 2 times.
Look at you. You're a little Ralph Waldo Emerson. Is that his name?
No, I was just going with the meteorologist. Said it was a day game. I'm here.
Well, 60 minutes wasn't enough, partner. We needed overtime, but what a gutsy victory.
Brandon, to win one in overtime, I think it gives you a little extra bounce, a little extra juice around your facility for the next week. And for the team that got beat, oh, that's tough to recover from.
That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long, everyone, from Lambeau.